Bulvanak everybody, and welcome to another episode of Stylish. I am your host Faz. Today we focus on men's grooming, and I take my friend Jairan to Beauty Mantra in Sims the Barber. So here we are at Super Central outside Beauty Mantra, and I'm here with Jairan, who is our model for the day. How are you feeling about having a little bit of a makeover?
A little bit nervous, not gonna lie.
Jairan is, well look, you're an incredibly stylish human being. So all we're doing today really is going through some men's grooming that's available in Suva. A lot of people don't know that, but it's important to groom. How important do you think it is for men to groom?
I mean, I come from a family of women, so I understand you have to look good. Otherwise, people are not gonna take you seriously. That's how I feel.
And I think that's the most important thing, and you're quite right. People won't take you seriously, and I think that good grooming opens up doors. So today we're going to go in there. We're going to let the experts tell us what they're going to do to you. Hopefully you'll come out a new man.
Let's see how it goes.
Let's sit on in. Hello, how are you going?
I'm good.
So this is Jairan. Jairan is here to get the works.
That is good. Your therapy will take you in shortly.
Excellent, thank you. So what is it that you do, Jairan?
Well, currently I'm studying part-time, and I also work with my family firm. So,
What are you studying and what is the firm?
well, I study law currently, and my family's firm, it's a law firm. It's in Suva, Nandi, Mombasa. It's called Law Patel Bali Lawyers. We started in 2011, and currently we're still going strong, so things are going good.
That's excellent. What was it that sort of that got you interested in the law? Was it just your family, or was it broadly?
I think ever since I was a kid, my family's always been very argumentative. You know, like whether it be at lunch or dinner tables, we will sit down together. We eat every single meal together, right? So we're always bouncing ideas off each other, and it's not even just to do with law. It's just every single aspect of life. You know, whether it be politics or economics or whatever it is. We're always talking about different ideas, and really, I think ever since I was a kid, I realized how different we all are. You know, even though we're a family, we're very different. And I think that's what ended up getting me interested in law, was that ability to always be arguing. It sounds funny, but it's definitely the best part about it, is you get that confidence of being able to voice your opinion.
It's a good skill to have. I mean, the last episode we had, we talked a lot about having a voice and expressing your voice.
Right.
So I think that the law is definitely an area or a discipline where your voice is the most important tool that you have.
I mean, there's also a lot of parts to, I think, a law firm that is exclusive of just going to court that people don't understand. You know, there's also a lot of drafting. There's also a lot of meeting with clients, and basically a lot of administrative work, right? And people forget that at the end of the day, it's still a business. You know, it might be glamorous to think you might be, you know, a character of Suits, you know, the TV show, but that's not really the reality.
So the law firm is not at all like
No,
Suits.
it's nothing.
So there's no Meghan Markle in your law firm?
I mean,
It's very disappointing.
no, we don't have any of that stuff, but I think on a day-to-day basis, you do have a lot of fun, you know, in your own ways, because it's a very tight-knit group, like group of people that come together and that work on the firm. So it's nice in its own way, but it's definitely not how it's portrayed in Hollywood, that's for sure.
Well, let's take a step, just one step away from the law firm at the moment. You have always struck me as somebody who's quite stylish. So
Really?
yes.
I'm surprised.
I know, me too.
Yeah.
But I mean, like, you know, the hair, but we'll fix that later. How did you develop your sense of style?
I've always been like a bit of a utilitarian in the sense that I love wearing things rather than just buying them and leaving them in a wardrobe. My family's a bit of the opposite. They'll buy things and they'll wear it one time, you know, like a dress to a wedding, and they won't wear it for like another 2 years, right? And they'll recycle it later on. Don't tell them I said that, because I hate knowing that people know they recycle. But I think I love to use my things, you know, so I always had a style where I always like to be comfortable in what I'm wearing. But at the same time, I think I developed a bit of my own aesthetic during middle school and high school. I think you're exposed to a lot of internet, you know, Instagram, Facebook, whatnot, and there's so many different ways you can dress, you can express yourself, and I always felt like dressing was that form of expression, which is, I think, is the most important thing. And you don't have to have expensive clothing by any means. You don't have to have, you know, all these designer brands and whatnot. You can have the most simple, minimalistic outfit and still look really good. And I think that's how I try and dress myself. And I definitely got that from my sisters, because when you're the only boy in the family, you get really, really roasted. You know, if you don't dress well for anything, doesn't matter what it is, you could just be going to the shop, but if you don't look good, they'll just start criticizing your hair, your shoes.
Well, how do your sisters feel about your hair? Well, how do your sisters generally feel about your grooming? Do they feel like you don't groom enough?
I think before they used to have a lot of say, but I've definitely grown into my own, and I do my own thing now. And I think they realize that I do have my own sense of style. Like, I love dark blues, like shirts. I love linen. Like, anyone that knows me knows I love linen, whether it be, because especially in Fiji, right?
It's
like,
comfortable.
It's so comfortable. Like, you can wear it anywhere.
And it's also an eco-friendly fiber.
I didn't know that, but that's a good thing to know.
Linen is the fiber that uses the least amount of water to produce.
Okay. I mean, I don't know about the dyeing part, but
depends on the dye. If it's
Okay.
if it's a natural dye, then it's usually fine.
right. Okay. Yeah. So I definitely developed my own style during high school, I think. I used to be really into like streetwear, and so I always really loved wearing like sneakers, like jeans, like short sleeve shirts, t-shirts, and I also followed a lot of like streetwear trends. So like particular brands I always really liked were, I think Alexander McQueen was always really good. I think currently like Dior is really good as well.
Well, streetwear has become high fashion.
Yeah, it has become high fashion, but I think where it came from, like, it was never high fashion. I remember I used to wear like clothing or style like that back in high school, and people did not dress like that. You know, they didn't like the whole like sneakers and I think they call it like skate shoes nowadays, but like it's like skate shoes, and, like knee pants, like shirt, and it's a bit of like a mix-up. You know, a bit of like a casual with informal. And that's kind of what it is nowadays.
Well, you know, we can actually thank some incredibly stylish men like Virgil Abloh, for example,
Yeah.
for making streetwear mainstream and also making streetwear exclusive, you
Yeah.
know? And so I think that men have had a lot to do with that change.
Yeah, I completely agree. I do think though, when you're talking about exclusivity, I don't like that idea, because I think just in general, I think clothing should be more accessible than
Yes.
anything. And it goes hand in hand. I mean, it's a double-edged sword though, because you can have fast fashion, but that doesn't necessarily mean it's good quality. And ethically speaking, like, you never know where your clothing might be coming from. And I think for me, that's the most important thing. Like, I would rather fork up a little bit more money knowing that I'm spending money on a shirt or like a pair of pants or shoes or whatnot, and knowing where they were made and knowing that they're gonna last me a really long time. Like, I've had, I bought a pair of sneakers probably like 5 or 6 years ago, and they were a bit expensive, but I've had them for 6 years, and even though they look a bit dead right now, they're still holding up. And I'm pretty sure in like another 10 years time, I'll still be wearing those sneakers. And that's what I really love about clothing, is that ability to know that what you're buying is going to last.
Quality over quantity.
Yeah, exactly.
It's a good way to be, especially in an eco-conscious world.
Yeah.
Your room is ready.
Okay, let's go.
Shall we take you in?
Sure.
The first thing we're going to do is a chest wax.
Hi, I'm Vinny.
Nice to meet you.
So Jerry, you can get changed in the stool.
Sure.
Just take a shirt off and you can hang it on the cupboard there.
Sure.
We'll be doing your waxing over here, and then I'll take you over to the next room for your facial and other treatments. Cool?
Great, thank you.
Right, I'll see you in 5 minutes.
Sure, thank you.
Strip wax it comes liquidy like this, and the hot wax is liquidy inside the pot. So the strip wax is much more easier if we just use it in the larger area. It's quick and less painful. With the hot wax, it's good for the smaller area. It's quick as well, but good for the smaller area so that it's not burning or anything like that.
Darren, how do you feel?
I should have taken a shot beforehand.
the hair grows in a month's time, and it doesn't grow very, thick way. It's more finer.
Yeah, I feel like a lot more men nowadays are coming to get their chest waxed.
Yes, they do.
So the hair grows back finer, you said.
Yes, much more fine.
As a beautician, would you recommend waxing over shaving?
Waxing over shaving. Well, sometimes when you're quick, you can shave if you are like in a desert island or stuck somewhere or something. But I think waxing is good. Takes out your dry skin as well.
Oh, really? So it removes all the dead skin?
Yeah.
Oh, right. Actually, wouldn't armpits be the most painful to wax?
No.
That looks like it would be painful.
No.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh my god.
What is the most sensitive area of the body to wax?
Well, for all these years, I think it's the lip.
Oh,
But,
that's not painful,
but I think for men, it's the chest.
Do a lot of men end up coming to get their chest
Yes,
waxed?
they do. It's more of a hygiene now, and the hair grows in a month's time, and it doesn't grow very, thick way. It's more finer.
Yeah, I feel like waxes, and like you said, the therapist, depends on the therapist, right? And the therapist will apply wax way too hot, and they'll end up getting burns on their faces, and I think that's what put me off for a while. Because they were like, oh, if you have a bad therapist, you can get face burns, you can get body burns. So I wasn't sure about that part. Because can it scar if you do that? If you do it
I
badly?
think it's bruises.
Oh, bruises. Okay. So that's it.
Ella,
Now you are done. You're gonna put some cold compress to avoid rashes and then comfort the pores as well.
how does it feel being hairless, Jared?
Breezy. Breezy, easy. I'm kind of curious as to how it's going to look in the mirror. Because the last time I was hairless like this, I was probably like 10 years old.
Cool. Now you're done.
Thank you.
Now the big reveal. Stand up and look at yourself and tell us how you feel.
I can get up?
Yes, please.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. Wow, my chest looks amazing. Actually, this is not that bad actually. Right? Not that bad. Looks good. Thank you so much. I think we're going on to the next room now, right? Okay.
Welcome back to Stylish. If you're just joining us, today we're giving Jairan a makeover. We're focusing on men's grooming. So he's just had a full chest and stomach wax, and he's about to head into the other room now to tidy up his eyebrows and get a bit of a facial.
Yes, we have actually soaked his feet and hands, and it will actually make his cuticle more softer and easier for us to do his manicure pedicure. So we'll wait for another 5 minutes and then we'll put him on bed. So we'll start off with his facial and nails, right? This is our French product. We have lately introduced it. It's replacing our Decca product. So what Sotis is mostly for, mostly to hydrate, nourish our skin, and as we have seen his skin is mostly perfect. There's no manifestation. So actually what he needs is a bit of deep cleanse to clear his pores out, and we're going to just hydrate his skin.
How important is it for men to do that, to have a cleanse of their face?
It's very important. It's very individual. It's not just for men, it's for women as well. It's for everyone. So products, what you use at home, what you do in the salon is very important. How you treat your skin, what you feed your skin is very important. Some brand does matter, but the main thing matters is the ingredients in that brand. So what you feed your skin, so the active ingredients.
In this particular product,
Yeah.
what particular ingredient is sort of the star of the show?
So there's nothing much particular ingredient. It's just most of it has like a bit of water in it. So it's going to actually hydrate in your skin, to nourish your skin. It's not going to let it dry. And yes, you're going to do a salon treatment. Salon treatment is going to help you to rejuvenate your skin. It's going to stimulate your skin. But the most important thing is you use it at home as well as your basic skincare every morning, every night when you go to bed.
Do different types of skin require different
Yes,
treatments?
they do. So if we see his skin looks more redder. Let's talk about his skin first, right? His skin looks more redder, but it's more clear as well. You'll see a little bit of bumps, so that's going to be fine after the facial. It's probably congestions, a little bit of congestions. A little bit of congestion in this country is normal because we are in humid weather. When we get our winter, it's very dry as well. So that's what happens because of extra dryness. We don't scrub, we don't give our skin what it needs, so congestions happen. So his skin looks a little bit of sensitive here, but
Yeah, I was out in the sun on the weekend,
so it looks a bit of sensitive. You see a bit red and blotchy, but it's otherwise you have a clear skin. And we have a normal like for other skin types we have other products as well. We have mature skin. You'll see rods of wrinkles, fine lines, all those things. Oily skin is the most what I can say, it's like most of the people have it. Oily, pimples, all those things. It's a very, 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 like probably 50% you see acne because of the weather, humid. Our eating style as well over here. Yeah, so every skin type has different product we use. So we are using this Vitality range. It's more hydrating. It's also for anti-aging as well. So anti-aging does not mean he's old. We are giving him a bit more hydration what anti-aging product has.
Okay. So is it necessary, because Jaren is quite young, and I heard you mention before about aged skin.
Yeah.
How important is it for somebody who is his age, who's in his mid-20s?
So yes, so it doesn't mean that it has it's aging, so it doesn't go for him, but he is preparing his skin for aging.
For the future, yes.
Yes. So he is using something which is going to protect his skin for future.
Why is it necessary, to clean cuticles?
To keep your nails tidy up. Sometimes it dries around it, so we need to clear and clean it.
How important is diet? Because everyone's always telling me diets. I mean, you can cleanse your face as much as you want, right? But
Yes.
if you're not eating properly,
Diet is, I think it plays major role in your skincare because what you eat comes to your face.
right? And I think in Fiji in general, like we eat a lot of really oily food, right?
Oily foods, lots of takeaways and
Because I'm half Indian, right? So like at home, a lot of our food involves curry.
actually the curry is not bad for skin. It
Okay.
is very good. It's either for your internal organs or it's either for your skin. So
Okay.
it's very good for your skin as well. But the only thing is that we use is oil. We sometimes tend to use lots of oil with our
And we're not
Curries,
eating a
yeah.
lot of fatty food.
fatty foods.
Yeah. I think we just love food. Like I think that's just the culture in Fiji. We love eating.
So what are you doing now?
So I'm going to put scrub. So this scrub is a deep cleanser scrub. So it has a salicylic acid in it. So we'll put it on a wet skin. So for the salicylic to walk.
What does that particular ingredient do?
So salicylic acid is probably it clears the congestion. So
is it a deep or?
deep for the deep pores, yes. As I have said, he has a bit of congestion on his nose here, and a bit on his forehead I can see. So we'll do this. We'll walk a little on the face, but we're going to leave it for a few minutes and then you're going to steam with it because salicylic activates with the heat.
Okay.
I don't think there's that many places that you can really go out and purchase products, unless you're going to be ordering them online, right? But then you're looking at cost, it's just so high.
So high, yes. And our incomes are low with products so high. We're going to cover his eyes so we don't steam his eyes. We don't want heat in his eyes.
All these cucumbers.
No, actually, this is just prepared with water. Water is very important. Shut on the nose. It's going to be a little painful,
That's okay.
but it's going to be. It's all going to come out. After the cleanse and scrub, so this was toner. So what does the toner does? It takes out the excess products what you have used, like cleanser and scrub, and it's going to put the skin clear, so your moisturizer can penetrate very effectively.
The toner also balances your pH or something?
It does balance the pH. It does refine the pores.
You're scrubbing. So is it the same sort of thing Rajit is doing with his face?
Yeah.
So you're removing dead
The
skin?
dead skins, yeah.
Oh, so you exfoliate the hand.
Exfoliate,
Oh, I
yeah.
didn't know that was a thing with your hand.
How necessary is it to exfoliate your hands?
It is important because over time we have dead skin and we want a good hand, so we have to exfoliate our hands too.
And it is interesting because your face and your hands essentially are the two parts of your body that are most exposed to the world, right?
Yeah.
Actually, scrubbing is not just for face and hands, it's all our body. Yes, it even helps us for the, if you do waxings and stuff, if you do scrubbing, you won't get ingrowns.
Right.
So that dead cells doesn't build up. It's usually taking out, we usually take out through the exfoliation, so the growth of your hair. Like for example, you did your chest wax today. So we would recommend you like once a week, not today, but you can start off next week. At least scrub, so you don't get ingrowns.
And is that like a soft scrub or is it like a rough? I'm assuming it's soft, right?
Yes. Actually, body is a bit tighter, so
Okay.
it's not as soft as your face. So you can use a bit of rough scrub, but not too much.
Okay.
Yes. Not as much as you can take on your skin, but yeah.
I think the worst thing is when you shake somebody's hand, it's all crusty and like they really therapeutic, especially when you come with like family or friends that you can come together, like joke around. It's a very nice, peaceful day to spend with, people. I think. Plus, your skin looks great afterwards. You feel so much more confident. You go out and your skin feels like it's breathing, which doesn't happen that much, especially in Suva. Like she mentioned before, Suva's so humid, right?
Yeah.
And you sometimes wake up and you just feel like, ugh, because, yeah.
Pollution is another thing. We have so much of vehicles on the road.
Mm.
Yes. I think vehicle discharge more pollution.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's so nice when you get your pores opened up. Because, especially for me, sometimes I'll go for a run, and I think after you've been sweating for a bit, your pores open up.
Yes.
And
And
it
not
feels so
forgetting
nice.
the roads.
And it feels so good, though.
So dusty.
Mm. And you come home and just have a shower and you feel so much better.
Yes. That's why when you come back home, we usually recommend you to have at least home care, so you can at least cleanse your skin or whatever you have on your face throughout the day.
Yeah.
Even most people doesn't know sunblock does help with the aircon as well.
Yeah.
It actually protects your upper layer from the direct because aircon is dry heat. Yes, so it's going to at least protect your skin from from getting dry. Sunblock.
Some people say the sunblock causes breakouts. How do you feel about that?
So it's if you have seen, it's the number, the region on the sunblock, it's 15 plus, 30 plus. So the number increases. As the number increases, the more content of oil inside it. So if, for example, for a day use, you walk in an office and then you just go out during your lunch or probably in the morning while you're driving. So you probably need a lesser number, probably 15 plus. So it doesn't have too much of oil content which is going to block up your skin. And plus if you apply sunscreen and you don't have a good skin care product for yourself, at least a good scrub once a week and things, it's definitely going to block your skin, block your pores, and you tend to break out. A good toner as well, as we have talked about the toner earlier, how important it is. And a good day cream, it's going to protect your skin from outer environment. And night cream is very important because when we sleep, our skin works at night. So you need something which have lots of active ingredients inside it, a bit more richer. So when you apply at night, it just absorbed by your skin, because when you sleep, your skin works. So it's just going to absorb whatever you have applied. That's why we normally, for night, we recommend you use serums as well. Lots of serums on top of, underneath your night cream.
Could you explain what a serum is?
So serum is a bit more lighter. It's normally in a gel form or in a watery form. So as soon as you apply, you do a bit of strokes on your face. It's just going to go inside. So it works epidermal. It goes inside. Then you put on your moisturizer. So when it goes inside, it's just going to go to your cells, rejuvenate it. It's going to shake up your cells, wake it up, and then it's going to work. That's what we need our cells to do. We need to shake them and wake them up so they can walk. After massage, we put mask. So mask, as it has lots of active ingredients, it's more active than other products. It's going to put on there for 10 to 15 minutes. We let all the active ingredient get inside. Let his cells rejuvenate. And we usually recommend our male customers to shave before we come, because if I'm going to apply mask on his beard, it's not going to work.
Is this a clay mask or?
It's a little clay mask, but it's on cream base.
When you mix it into.
No, yes, because powdered turmeric, they dry the turmeric. We
Okay.
actually need the whole turmeric. We need that juice from the turmeric.
Okay.
Yes. The powdered turmeric, it's dried.
Okay, that's interesting. Because I always read so many homemade recipes and whatnot. People just say like use turmeric.
Yeah, turmeric is very good. It's actually a natural antibiotic as well.
As a guy, it's not
But
it's not necessary.
But genuinely though, if for men, for other cisgender straight males, it's not as effective.
What do you mean?
If a non, like in terms of like, so if I did it,
Yeah.
or if I got another queer person to get their skin done,
Yeah.
for example, or come in like groom and stuff, they'd be like, oh yeah, well that's what they do anyway. You know what I mean?
Oh right, I see what you mean. Yeah.
So it doesn't really normalize it for the
Right.
market that wants it to be normalized.
Right, I see.
You know?
Yeah.
Because like there's a lot more pressure on men to be or to sort of preserve this notion of masculinity which doesn't
Yeah.
actually exist.
Yeah, you're right. It's just a social.
The social thing.
Idea,
It's
yeah.
mostly just here. It's not like that, like in other parts of the world. But I think that we have a particular culture. But I don't know. I shouldn't say that. Actually, there's parts of the world that is.
I mean, you're totally right. I think it is just a social construct at the end of the day, right? Of saying that these kind of things that are done are not meant for straight men, or like straight men don't need them to be done. Like I think there's
Yeah.
that idea, and it's still very prevalent, especially in Fiji. I think I don't know if it's because it's a conservative society or what, but I think it's just a norm, you know.
It's hypermasculinity.
Yeah,
I think,
you're totally
and
right.
We celebrate it, which is why, you know, like
Yeah.
rugby, for example, right?
Mm.
You know, like I heard today, it's very.
It's just because waxing, it's a bit. Actually, you can do it two ways. You can do it after you scrub your face, so you don't want to irritate the skin after the waxing. If you do waxing first and then you scrub, it might irritate the skin because skin gets a bit softer. And you can do that, or you can finish up your facial. Just before your moisturizer, you can just clean the eyebrows so the customer is ready to go.
I usually come here actually, so I don't know if Anita actually remembers me, but I came here probably last year. And I go for a more natural look. I don't really like the whole shaping and whatnot, so they usually just do threading for me or like waxing the edges. So it's just cleaning it up a bit, just to look a bit more presentable, which is nice. Makes your face look more structural in a way.
It does. It also opens up the area around your eyes, especially
Yeah,
the
you
under
look
the
so much more.
eyebrow.
Your eyes look so much more open. And for me, since I have a lazy eye, it's perfect. You know. Yeah, I do.
So there was a different type of wax that was used on Jared for his body, which was
Yes.
strip wax.
Strip wax.
Now, what is this wax for?
This is a more softer wax. You can see it's like, you know, it fills up more easily. So as face is very sensitive, we don't want too much strippy on the face.
What is
And-
the potential for damage to the skin from wax?
From the wax. Actually, it depends how do you do it. So if you are more careful, do a smaller patches and careful on where you apply, how you rip it off, it's no damage at all. But if you're going to like rip it off so fast, you're going to pull up the skin, and you might end up with a bit of peel on the skin, which can lead to scars.
Do you have different considerations?
Yes, consideration is, it's actually the concern. Men, they don't want thinner eyebrows. They don't want actually shaved eyebrows. They actually want a bit cleaner look and naturally shaved. Whereas women, they have a different kind of preference. Some want flat eyebrows, some want arched eyebrows, some want thinner eyebrows, some want thicker eyebrows.
So
So
thicker eyebrows generally are on trend right now.
it is, yeah.
I think it looks so much better. Eyebrows. Not just for men, but women. I think it looks
there's more
better.
expression.
Yeah.
But it's all depend on your growth as well.
Right.
Some people have very finer and thinner growth, so you can't have a thicker eyebrows. We also do tinting here. So if you have finer and lesser eyebrows, you can do tint.
But now, you can have your eyebrows microbladed, so each individual hair is tattooed on.
And it's actually microblading. It actually define the hair growth.
Yeah.
It's actually the way the hair growth is. Whereas tattoo is just filling.
Wave Beats Music.
We have more finer hairs in our face as well, so it doesn't take all the hairs with waxing. So we thread it, even thread lines of the eyebrows. You don't want to wax it too close to the eyebrows, so you take off most of the hairs from the eyebrows. You prefer threading it, so you can just line the eyebrows with the thread when it goes to near the eyebrow shape.
Where is the threading technique from?
Okay, that's a tough question, but yes, I think it's an Indian way to remove. I think so. I'm not really sure, but yes, it's an Indian way. Most of the Indians does threading though. Two ways you can do it with hands, but you can cut off your finger with the thread if you do it with hands. Yes, yes, you can cut off the skin as well if it
This is
gets
so
in
dangerous,
the thread.
all of this stuff. Oh my
Yes,
God.
it can cut the skin if it goes in the thread. That's why when we thread, we ask you to stretch your eyebrows so you don't have, you know, this, especially this flabby part
Yeah.
here. Yes, so it's stretched and it goes really well with the thread.
Okay, which part do I need to stretch?
I'll let you know.
Okay. How often would you recommend somebody come in and do the eyebrows? For men in particular.
You actually come and get to know that your growths are there and you need to be clean.
Okay.
Yes.
But is it more so like when it's starting to fully grow out, or do you just constantly keep getting it tightened? If that makes sense.
No, it's better you come and get it done when the shape is there and it's a bit
Okay.
of growth there.
Okay.
So when it's fully growth, yeah, it depends if you don't mind it going to full growth.
Right.
But if you want to get it clean every now and then, you can come and do it. So final part, moisturizer. Very important. It's going to protect your skin the whole day with the outer environment. That's what the day moisturizer does. It's not going to let your skin dry. So.
It's also so important to choose the right moisturizer, right?
Yes.
I feel like you said with the sunscreen, like how
Sunscreen, yes.
there's that content of oil. I feel like if you have such a dense moisturizer, your pores end up getting really clogged.
Yes. Okay, have a look at your eyebrows.
Wow, I look amazing. I'm like ready.
I hope that's fine, or you want to get a bit more off. You can-
No, that's perfect. Thank you.
That's perfect.
Yeah.
Hopefully you'll come back more regularly to get your eyebrows done.
Yes, actually we do skin consultations here as well. We do advise customers to come and our consultations are free, just to come and let us see your skin,
Right.
and then we can recommend you a good product, what we do, and a good salon treatment as well, because facials are good, but treatments are better. So what you do at home and what you do in the salon, it's both equally good.
That's so good that you guys
Yes.
offer free consultations.
Free consultation,
Yeah.
yes. You can and with a consultation even you can know how much you're going to spend.
Yeah.
Yes, how much it's going
So
to
you can
need.
work on your budget with it.
Budget with that, yes. And even we can recommend you something within your budget as well.
Yeah.
Yes,
I think doing something is better than nothing. right?
Nothing, yes.
Yeah.
So Kartika, what are you doing at the moment for Jairan's feet?
I'm just scrubbing his heels to remove the dead skin cells.
Do feet accumulate a lot of dead skin?
Yes, they do.
Is that primarily because we're always wearing shoes?
Yes, and it's like we are also on our foot all day, so it does, yeah.
How long have you been doing this for?
With Beauty Mantra, it's been 5 years now.
Did you train with Beauty Mantra?
No, I I did it from under South Pacific Academy of Beauty Therapy in Nandi in the year 2010.
So how are we feeling?
Energized. I feel good. I look good.
Excellent. Well, you don't look good yet. You'll
Okay.
look good soon because we need to do your hair next.
Bulvanaka and welcome back to Stylish. If you're just joining us, we're giving Jairan a bit of a grooming makeover. And speaking of grooming, here we are after he's been waxed and he's gotten his facial and gotten his eyebrows done with none other than Josh the groomer. So a lot of you might know Josh. He's a bit of a celebrity actually in the area of men's hair and men's grooming. How do you feel, Josh, about our makeover today?
I feel great. I think this is a great opportunity to showcase the talents that God has bestowed upon me, and I would like everyone to take a glimpse of it
That's
once we
excellent.
go through the show.
Now, you were telling me before that you've got a fair bit of experience. Eh? So you started off initially in Yatulao.
Yeah.
Well, in a barber shop as well in Yatulao before coming and joining Sims in 2018.
That's right.
So when you first got involved in this business, what led you there? Was it because you had an interest in men's grooming specifically?
For me, I wasn't actually prepared to become a barber, but I grew up in a family who lacked finance in regards to academy. So I would say that I'm thankful that God has bestowed on me a blessing, like a talent. So, you know, when all things fails, I've been put onto an opportunity where I can believe on the talents that I have been blessed with. And therefore, when I couldn't make it through to the school system, even in tertiary, and so when I grew up in high school, I was given a simple clipper, and I used to do barbering at home with some of my cousins.
In high school?
Yeah. And I wasn't actually aware of this, that I would become later in life a barber. But, and then I was trying a way out of making money for my family and to support or sustain my family. And so I ended up trying this out. And so I came to Yatulao, I visited those who own barbershops, and I tried to get an opportunity to actually showcase my talent. And the first one I tried, and they said, "You're actually good at this, and you just need a bit of training." And I learned a lot of tactics, and that has built up my experience. And I think I spent about 4 years in Apollo, and that has given me the experience that was needed in this industry, especially in the barber industry. And I spent about 4 years there, and a lot of people came, they started knowing me, and they are really excited when they get a haircut from me, and I really appreciate it. And later on, back in 2018, I was approached by Sims, and he was offering me a chance to come and be part of his business. And I was really thankful, because I know that people has started to believe in the talent that I do have. And it was okay for me to come and join Sims and be part of his business, and also his dream.
No, that's excellent. I mean, there's no doubt that the both of you are definitely like amongst the best in the business. Tell me, how important do you think grooming is for men in particular? You know, I mean, it's something that it's a global phenomenon. You're seeing more and more men. There's amazing barbershops opening up all over the world because men are interested in the way that they look. It's growing in Fiji too. But how important do you think it is?
For me, it's very important, because it's not only about grooming. Yes, we need people to be presentable and know the way they want it to be, especially when going on for an event or a wedding, I would say, or any other events they would want to go to. But on the other side of it, especially different people, they come into the barbershop, you know, they are overwhelmed with, maybe they may be facing some problems within their families. So this is where barbers are demanded they are demanded to actually be a person who can really help, not just with grooming, but sometimes they might be facing some problems. At least you can give something to give them hope throughout the day. Or, you know, people will be coming up. Maybe you are, I would say, a client would come in. Maybe you are the last person as a barber, giving him the last service of his life, because he may be going through some difficult times. And therefore, I regard being a barber, it's not just like a barber. You need also to have the capacity in order to give hope to everybody who comes in the door to get a haircut, and also you can give them a way out of uncertain circumstances they might be facing.
That is a very beautiful sentiment, and I completely agree. Thank you so much for being with us today, and now I'm looking forward to seeing what you do with Jairan.
Okay, sure.
All right, let's head in there.
Hello, Josh.
How you been?
My first time here, so I hope you give me the looks today.
I'll try my best for that. So, what do you think shall we get for the day?
I think I'm thinking of getting a mid-fade.
Mid-fade.
Yeah.
And what about the top?
Usually I leave the top a bit long.
Okay.
I like to style it a bit, so
Just a bit of it.
just a bit.
Simple fade up for the beard.
Yeah, just nothing too fancy. So, what's the best thing about being a barber?
So for me, the best thing about being a barber is meeting new people. You know, people come of different backgrounds. They have their own experiences, and that is something that is profitable, especially when we approach life. There are many things that we needed to be counseled on, and then while we share ideas and experience, you know, you are giving some glimpse of hope, and you know, people are aware. Especially about life.
I think for us men in particular, like it's hard for us to talk, but when we come to the barber,
Yes.
we talk about everything.
This is a place. This is a place I believe that most of the secret of our life is being revealed.
Yeah, exactly. I think that's the one special place for men in general, right? It's hard for us to talk, like we go to church, everything is hard, but when you're at the barber, everything comes out.
Right.
Yeah, that's my favorite part about going to barbers as well. It's like getting to meet people for the first time. You get the best experience. Like, not even just sitting next to your barber. Like when you're sitting on the bench waiting, you know, you're sitting with the rest of the boys like on the bench waiting for your turn.
Right.
And you get to meet the best people from all walks of life.
Right.
So there you have it, guys. Jaren's makeover is complete. How are you feeling?
Really good.
You feel like a new man?
I do
You
actually.
feel like you're ready to take on the world?
I feel like I'm ready to control the world.
That's awesome. Josh, you've done a fantastic job.
Thank you so much.
So tell our audience what your charges are usually if somebody wants to come and get an amazing look like this.
For men's skin fade, we're charging it for $20, and if fade goes along with beard trims and lineup and fade, that goes for $25.
Excellent. And how do people get in touch with you to make a booking?
If they want to make a booking, they can simply on Facebook. They can search for Sims the Barber page, and on his page we have book now highlighted in blue. And once you click onto that, you will see the services and the providers, and you can look through the calendars and decide which time suits you, and you can choose whatever day you want.
Excellent. Very efficient system. So there you have it, gentlemen. Come up to Sims Barbershop, check out Josh, and look as fly as Jaren is feeling right now. I hope you're off to a date now, because if you're not, it's just a waste.
Anyone who wants to go to date, let me know.
Thank you very much to Jaren, my very special guest today. You were looking very dapper by the end of this episode. Thank you for joining us as well from your living rooms and your village halls this wonderful Tuesday evening. Until next time, stay safe and look after each other.